Hey people, welcome to another recap chat. This is Faith, Love, and Trinity Biz Media. I'm Irene, and we're talking Never Ever Met. Never Ever Met is a reality show where couples meet all in a house for the first time because they've had an online relationship, and this is actually the first time they meet face to face. See if things work out well in real life versus just online. Some people have been together for like 4+ years. Some people have been together for maybe a matter of months. Whatever the case is, the situation, Never Ever Met. All right. In this episode, they're making breakfast. Ty is really in there getting his elbows in it. You know, it seems like that's the thing he does when it comes to cooking and catering to the whole house. But today, Chris was giving him a little bit of hate because he made her a nice breakfast, and Chris is like, well, make her come down and get that. But he's like, no, I'm taking this breakfast to her room. So she ended up coming down, I think, and he brought it to her, but she wasn't feeling well, so he took the whole breakfast upstairs to her. So basically he took notes because last time there was an issue that he was kind of ignoring her and looking out for everybody else but her. But now she's getting the catering that she desires. She gives him a little hug of thanks and, again, happy that he took notes about the other day. He shouldn't get hate. Come on, Chris. It's like she's going to expect too much, and then it's going to make the other guys look bad, and they're going to have to do more. I think that's petty, and I think that's, I don't know, that's not the type of guy I would like to say, okay, he's raising the standard, so now we all have to raise the standard. I mean, what's wrong with raising the standard? Especially if you're with somebody that's worth it. I understand if you have questions or whatnot, but I think if you're in a relationship, why not put yourself all the way out there and give 100 or even more than that if you can, if you really care about somebody. But anyway, let's go to Kiki and Tati were talking, and Kiki was saying, I think Tati was saying things seem to be better between you guys, you and Brandon. I heard y'all laughing and all this stuff, and she's like, yeah, he wanted to go to the boom boom room, but she wasn't ready, which is understandable. They're just now kind of getting their bond back because they had been arguing so much. So then Kiki's like, well, Tati, you guys are pretty tight. You and Clay are really tight. Why haven't you guys gone to the next level, to the boom boom room? And that's a boom boom room, just an intimacy suite that the couples get a chance to take turns in using. To me, it can seem a little nasty, but I'm sure they have a housekeeper in there to clean that spot up. Anyway, Tati's like, no, we did go to the boom boom room, but when we did, we just did some massages, and it didn't go anything past that. I like kissing and massages, and that's basically it. So the secret and rumor mill is still going around about Clay still not telling Tati that he had a baby with another woman recently, and he has neglected to tell Tati that, but everyone else in the house knows about it. Well, we think everyone knows. So Taronda brings on an activity, and it's kind of like match game. It's kind of like the newlywed game where you ask each other questions and you guys have to be on the same page, such as your favorite colors. They said your man's favorite food, your girl's favorite cocktail. One thing we learned out of this exercise is Chris can't spell very well. Also, they weren't all really matching that much. I think about 50-50 on the couples. Chico and Jay, they say, well, they basically brag that they're the best couple and they know each other better than the rest of the couples know each other during this exercise. Chris was the only one. There was a question about online dating is better than real life. Which one do you choose? And they all were on the same page. That's one question they were all basically got right, except Chris. He says online dating is better than real life. And I'm like, Chris is just all about the lazy love. He don't want to bring the breakfast to her. He just want to have an online relationship. He's like, because it's basically you talk to each other when you can, and you don't have to do this and that, and it's kind of all on your own time, online dating. And Alexis looking at him funny. Everybody was kind of looking funny. Even Taronda asked him, "What's up?" He's like, "Well, she said which one is better." He's like, "Well, I thought you said which one is easier." I mean, sadly, for some people, online is better just because the person is fake and flaky in real life. But you don't want to really be with that type of person and waste your time, even if it's an online basis or scenario. To me, unless you just plan an online date forever, to me that doesn't make a real relationship. But we just see more about Chris and how much he's willing to step up or not. So there's a question about secrets. Does anyone have any secrets? Do you think it's okay? Not do you think it's not do you have any secrets, but do you think it's okay to keep secrets? And that kind of question puts Clay in question, which I know they probably did this on purpose. And when that question was asked to Clay and Tatiana, Alexis made some type of snicker reaction, and Chris was really upset about that. Like, he really did feel that was necessary and that was her place to do so. Well, at the end of the game, Clay and Tatiana win. Charlie and Jared lost. So they did the winners and the losers. And they're like, their excuse was, hey, we've known each other for so long that these early questions, it's been over 4 years. We kind of lost track of those questions. Well, that's kind of messed up. I really don't think you guys are really invested in a relationship if you can't remember the questions from the beginning. Isn't that what connected you guys in the first place? The basics? I guess not. To me, I feel like it's all about the boom boom room to them. And that's what Taronda said. She said, maybe you guys need to talk more and stop going to the boom boom room. Don't know if they fully consummated their relationship. The last time they went to the boom boom room, things happened, but they just said that they cuddled. But, there was cameras and all of that, and they could be recorded. So I don't think that they wanted to do everything because of that. But like I said, a lot can happen under the covers. They can't be seen. All right. This episode is really surrounded around that secret that Clay has been keeping held against Tatiana, not against her, but held past her, and everyone else in the house knows about it. They look like the most happy it couple, especially since they just won the game. So this is kind of really perplexing that Tati has to be, everybody's saying she's looked like a fool. She's being played for a fool. Brandon says he will at some point tell her the secret. He's still just not ready. Chris thinks basically his woman is messy because she made that snickering noise when that question was asked for Tatiana and Clay. So they have a little confrontation between them. He's like, basically, don't put me in compromising situations and positions. This isn't cool because that's not none of our business. We shouldn't be in people's business like that. And Alexis says, well, everybody knows the secret. She's like, well, I thought it was the fact that he was being fake vegan, which he was doing that. And he was like, no, it's some deeper things going on that you don't know about. I'm trying to remember if he even told her the full secret. And he may have. I really don't remember if he told her the actual secret. But he said there's some deeper things going on and we don't really know the whole scenario, so we should make snap judgment calls. And he's like, basically he was looking out for her. And they end up hugging. I guess he was looking out for her. But I think he actually tells her to apologize. And that kind of makes things take a bit of a turn. So while he's trying to look out for her and everyone else, he may have slipped her some wrong advice, I'll say. Clay and Tatiana, they're making chicken tacos. I think Jay is in there helping them as well. So Alexis decides, okay, I'll listen to my man. I'm gonna go apologize because they have some deeper things going on. I don't want them to think I'm trying to be funny and put them on front. So she apologizes, says, I thought it was about the chicken tacos. I'm not trying to be funny, or trying to insinuate anything else. Well, that made things look funny, and it really made the spotlight get even more on Clay. So then she even goes to the point of pulling Clay aside, and she's like, "Was there anything, basically, that you need to tell her?" And he lies and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna get her some flowers. That's the secret." So basically, she act like she didn't want to stir the pot, but she accidentally stirred the pot that she wasn't trying to stir in the first place, thanks to Mr. Chris, who was being, I think, a little bit extra sensitive. He probably did a bit too much. So he's kind of set her up to stir this pot. So Clay's lying anxiety attack kind of takes over. Everybody's in the kitchen. He said basically it's too many people in the kitchen, so it's too many cooks in the kitchen, and Alexis done stirred that pot. He's going mad. He's lashing out. I think he lashed out at Brittany for being in the kitchen, and she's like, well, when I was cooking with Ty, I didn't lash out at you guys, and everyone was everywhere. Well, he's going through his lying anxiety right now, roaming around the house, just getting overheated and stressed. He lets us know he doesn't want to be a player. That's not the type of person he's trying to be. But everything turned out pretty good. The Taco Tuesday went well. The meal went well. Everybody's loving it. He makes his little announcement saying he loves his love. He loves Tatiana, and he loves his new family there that's in the house. They're all kind of like family. So then he brings these beautiful flowers out there. They're supposed to be the secret flowers. Jared kind of snickers at this and said he's love bombing her. Jay is all saying this is all like a joke, and making her look like she's a joke. And so after he brings the flowers out, she's all googly-eyed. She packs on the PDA. And somebody even claims he's just trying to get some in the boom boom room. So there's a new game to be played. They're always coming up with an additional game. And somebody came up with Never Have I Ever. And you have to put all your fingers up, and then if you did that thing, put your fingers down, right? Turns out Clay has done everything. Halfway through the game, all his fingers are down. There's a question about, have you ever kissed the same sex? And Ty gets confused and puts his finger down. He's like, oh no, I didn't mean that. Is my dad count? So it was some type of confusion of how that question was stated that he just... So it became kind of a little thing right there with Ty's question. Jay, the question was asked about sleeping with more than one person in a day, and Jay put her finger down. Cinco sees this, he gets mad. There's a confrontation. He's like, well, have you done this basically since we started talking? Yes or no? And she was basically like, I don't really have to ask any questions. Do you answer any questions right now? That's not part of what the game is. I don't need to get into a detailed battle with you. Some people put their fingers down for certain things, and then their partner kind of called them out in front of everybody. But she's like, hey, that's not the game, and I can say what I want to say, and I don't want to tell you the details. And Cinco's like, well, this is a red flag. Why can't she just tell me yes or no? Have she done this while we were talking online? So we get some more family visits, and right after this, Jay's sister visits. And she's kind of giving me a female thug, hard type of vibe. But she seems cool. I mean, both of them are kind of tomboyish, but sis, she's kind of to another level to me. Like, I kind of could be scared of her a little bit, maybe. But her sister's advice, she's on her sister's side, but she said, you know what? You guys, you should be able to fix these type of situations. And Jay's like, okay, I understand, but I need my move moment to have my move first. I can't just, get over it that quickly. And Cinco's friend comes through. He kind of helped them get together and link up. And he talks about that confrontation too. And he says, basically, you kind of put her on the spot in front of everybody. So I understand why she was reacting the way she did. And Cinco's like, well, we look like we have problems. And I said, basically, you guys care too much about how you're seen, because before they're like, we're the best couple and all of this. And I feel like they feel a little bit too much about what other people think when they really need to just care about working with their own relationship. That's my opinion. So the four of them come together, her sister and Cinco's friend as well. And she's like, she really takes Cinco's side, and she says, basically, y'all don't know each other that well. If somebody asks you a question, just answer them, because it's all new. And she said, basically, pick your battles. So the sister is being smart. Again, she's giving me hood thug chick vibes. I would be scared of her, honestly. But at the end of the day, Jay agrees that Cinco is a good guy, and they work things out. So I thought that was cool that they were able to work things out so quickly. She said she did end up saying no, but I could think she was like put in a corner. No, she hasn't done anything since they've been talking, but she was still upset the way that things went down. Clay and Tatiana talk, and she could just see that he's stressed out. And she's like, well, how can I help you get good when you're having a bad day like this? So she still is in the dark. She's loving on him. They had a great time cooking their meal together. He brought her flowers. They won the game. So basically, she's feeling like we had a good day. We're a super couple, not knowing the secret underneath. So they're sweet talking each other. She's like, she loves words of affirmation. That's her love language. They're saying, I love you. And I think they did go into the boom room. He says he hopes she understands the truth when it comes out. But they didn't go to the boom boom room yet. She asked him to go apologize to Brittany because he was a little bit rude to her while they were in the kitchen. So he does that, and Brittany seems happy about the apology. And he's like, well, I got to do what I need to do to please my woman. All respect, but I also feel like he should just do the right thing generally and respect everyone in the house that he claims is family as well. And again, I asked that question, who is cleaning the intimacy suite? Because somebody need to be cleaning that joint. Maybe they have to have a system where they clean up behind themselves. I don't know. But they enter the boom boom room. And he says, basically, when his friend comes to visit, that he's going to finally reveal the truth. Brittany and Charlie kind of come together, the two girls, and discuss this little secret. And Charlie's basically like, I'm glad it's not me. Okay, Charlie, but your man is so shady. Jared is so shady. So you think that you're in the clear. You're glad it's not you, that everybody's in the house knows your secret and all of that. Brittany didn't have to know the secret either. I think Charlie had to tell her. So everybody don't know the secret. Everybody know it's a secret, but everybody don't know what the secret is. So there is some confusion on this secret thing. But I assume by the end of this, everybody's gonna know, except Tati. It's specifically what the secret is. So that is another episode of the Never Ever Met. Decent episode. Really looking forward to this secret coming out and coming to play. That really looks like that's what's next for the show. Thoughts, comments, questions, always email me. Let's connect at cbiztv@yahoo.com, or you can drop something in the comments. Check us out on our other platforms at cbiztvmedia.com. Let's talk more faith, love, and trends right here on our channel, on our page, on our platforms. This is Irene. All the best. God bless.